Hey, this is Carl. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I was going through my website this morning and realized I haven't done a CorelDraw video in some time now. My website is scrollsawvideo.com. If you have a chance, check it out. And I have a page on here that says video tutorials and Sony Vegas tutorials, Reader's Gallery, just a bunch of different things. Got some free scroll saw patterns which can be used for engraving with your Dremel or rotary tool, whichever way you want to say it. So thought I'd do a quick video on a Christmas scroll saw pattern using CorelDraw. Let's see here, I've got it opened up right here. Now this picture, I do not own rights to this picture. Found it off Google, which is right here. I just googled truck with Christmas tree and several pictures came up, and this is going to be the first tutorial or part one tutorial on how to turn this into a scroll saw pattern with Merry Christmas written across the top or whatever you like to write across the top. Very simple process. So I just copied this and brought it over to, let's see here, brought it over to CorelDraw. I'm using Corel X3 or X13, whichever way you want to say it. Copy and pasted it over here. And then I turned my drawing surface to landscape. The way you do that, come up here to layout, switch page orientation, and now it's in portrait. I'm going to switch it back to landscape. There we go. Very easy process. Okay, we have this imported, so I'm just going to, I always save the previous portion, previous edition, excuse me. So let me come up here to my pick tool, right, is clicked. I highlighted this, Control Plus, which made a copy of this, and I'm just going to left click and drag this up here. Very easy. So zoom in a little bit more. Going to have this bitmapped. I'm going to take it to mode and turn it to grayscale. Very easy thing to do. So now bitmap mode. Okay, let me highlight it first. Bitmap. Trace bitmap. Quick trace. There we go. So I'm going to Control C again. Copy this. Bring it up here. There we go. Now we have these three, the original, the first one, second one. Let's just take this, highlight this again. See what I just did? I turned the whole thing white. So let me undo that. I'll show you why I did that. Okay. You see this? We want a line pattern, which is, for me personally, is much easier to follow than a solid shade like this. So come over to color palette. Left click on the white. There we go. Now I'm going to right click on the black. There we go. There's your line pattern. Very easy thing to do. Let me zoom out just a little bit. I'm going to take this, highlight this again, and I'm going to come up here to arrange and ungroup all. There we go. That way I can click on this border, hit delete, and it's gone. And now I'm going to highlight all these again, come over to arrange, and let's see here. If I wanted to make this one group again, I could just hit the combine, but we're not going to do that right now. We're going to adjust these lines a little bit, such as the hood right here. So these are not grouped, so I'm just going to come over here. The second icon right here, shape tool. I'm gonna make sure that's highlighted. Come over here to the hood, which is right here. Whoops, a little bit sensitive. I haven't used this program in a couple of months, so I'm gotta get used to it again. Okay, the hood is now highlighted, and you'll see how this little dip right here. I don't like that dip in there. I'm gonna make that all the way across. I'm going to left click and delete some of these nodes right here. Let's see, there we go. Now you see I still have this curve in here. I'm going to left click on this node. You can see the arrows pointing. I'm just going to move these arrows a little bit. Whoops. There we go. Take that one up a little bit. Take this one up a little bit. There we go. A little bit better. Let's go ahead and get rid of this one, see how that looks. That's a lot better. Let's take this one up a little bit more. There you go, looks better. Okay, the door right here, this doesn't really look quite right, so let's get rid of some of these. There we go, that looks better. Again, this is just a simple drawing. Now I'm doing these one at a time. I can also left click and drag, highlight these, hit delete, they're gone. Let's get rid of that one, get rid of that one, get rid of that one, that one, that one. Okay, let's get rid of, okay, come back here to your pick tool. I don't like this right here, so let's just highlight it, get rid of it. Come back down to the shape tool. Okay, right here, the nodes are now highlighted again. Let's just take this arrow back this way, drag it out a little bit, and the same for this one. Let's get rid of that one. That looks better than what it was. Let's take this right here, bring this down a little bit. Okay, the roof looks kind of funny right here. So let's just take this, highlight this one. There we go, get rid of that node. Get rid of that one. Let's get rid of that one. Already looks a little bit better. Okay, looks like there might be a piece missing right here, unless this is the type that has the window that's curved and goes all the way back. But it's your own preference. I'm just going to take this, go back up here to my pick tool. I'm going to take this right here, Control plus, and then I'm going to zoom out a little bit, bring this up here, and I'm going to shrink it down a little bit. Once I get it zoomed in where I want it, move this over to here. And sort of like in Word, just grab this node to center, bring it up. I'm going to bring this over a little bit. There we go. But that's your own personal preference if you want to do that or not. Back fender here looks a little wonky. So we're just going to highlight this one. Go back to the shape tool. Get rid of that node. Get rid of this node. This one. This one. This one. Click on this one, find those arrows. Whoops, lost that. Pull this back this way, see how that looks. Not too bad. Let's go and get rid of this one. A little bit better. Again, this is for, could be for etching, CNC, scroll saw, just whatever you might need a pattern for. This board right here looks kind of wonky too. Let's make this a little bit straighter than what it is right here. Get rid of these couple of nodes. That one can go away. Alright, that's close enough. Let's do this back part of this truck. Get rid of that one. Let's get rid of that one. Get rid of that one. Find the arrows, pull that down. There you go. There you go. Okay, the bottom of that door looks pretty weird, so let's go ahead and work on this. I'm going to get rid of these nodes right here. Delete. I'm going to take this one. Let me zoom in a little bit. Get rid of this node. Then this node, I'm going to highlight and bring that arrow button. Whoops, lost it. Highlight, bring that arrow button down. Bring this one back a little bit. Let's get rid of that node, see how that looks better. Close enough. Bring this node right here down and bring this arrow up. Do that again, make it look a little better. There you go, that looks better already. Of course, if you're using this pattern for engraving or CNC, it won't be necessary to have these little breaks right here. This can be a solid wheel. And this could be solid right here as a hubcap. But for scroll saw use, it needs to have some kind of a bridge going across. So let's work on this one too. Let's bring this one down, see how that looks. Much better already. Get rid of that one. Let's get rid of that one, see how that looks. Get rid of that one. There we go. Now you might want to bring this one out too a little bit. Let's see how that looks. Okay, better. Anyway, I'm sure you get the idea on this. So let's go ahead and put a word up here. Let me finish with this zoom in. I don't want to get you drunk here. Okay, close enough for right now. Come over here to the alphabet tool. And I am going to come up here to right here and find a, let's use this font. Push OK. And I'm going to write Merry Christmas right here. And just like in Word, you can left click and drag and make this bigger. I'm going to bring it down a little bit. Oops, not yet. Let me highlight this. Bring it down to about right there. Let's go ahead and put, just so I have the same font, the same size, I'm going to highlight that one. Control plus. I'm going to bring this down to right here and change that. And highlight this just like you do in a Word program. I'm just going to put 2020 right there. And move this over to right there. There we go. And just like we did earlier, I'm going to get my pick tool. I'm going to grab this, come over here, left click, right click, 2020, left click on the white, right click on the black. There we go. So you can put any kind of words that you want up here, and you can move the letters. I'm going to show you how to do that. And you can also put it on a curve, but that's in a different video. So to do each letter individually, I'm just going to highlight this, come up here to text, character formatting right here, left click that, and you'll see this box open up right here. Character effects, we'll come up down here to character shift. Hit that button right there. So let's see here. If you want to move this one up, this E up, just like in Word, highlight that one letter. Come up there to vertical shift. Hit the up button. There you go. This R, I'm going to hit the up button. Or the up arrow, not the up button. Whoops, well, I'm going to try to. There we go. It helps to count how many times you move it so you can match the one before it. There you go. Great for engraving, but I might want to move this up a little bit more because it's kind of close right here. But anyway, your preference, your pattern, do what you want to with it. So if this is going to be a scroll saw pattern, so I want to put a bridge right here in this R, which means I just want to take out a portion of this R. So on the scroll saw, if I don't do that, this is going to fall out. So I need a bridge right here to keep everything together after it is sawn after it's cut. So I'm just going to come up here to the freehand tool. Going to go click that little arrow right here. Whoops, trying to get it. Click on the Bezier tool, whatever way you want to call it. Left click, go down to here, across to here, up to here, back over across. Got a little rectangle here. And you make it any size you want. So I'm going to come back over here to my pick tool, and this Merry Christmas is still one object. So I'm going to break it apart. Come back up here to arrange. Oh, everything's highlighted now. Arrange. Break artistic text apart. Yep. Click on that. So now it's down to 2 words. So I got to do that again. I got to break this apart. Right here, break that apart. So now this R, you see it's different, separated from all these other letters. So I'm going to left click and drag, put a box around this. Come up here to arrange, shaping, hit the weld. Come back to back minus front. There we go. You see a little space in there now. Easy process. Once you do it a few times, you'll get the hang of it. But that's how you do that. So let's go back down and zoom out. There it goes. So my zoom is going crazy today. Let's see here. Put my pointer right there. Zoom in. Close enough. Okay, everything is right here together like it should be. Okay, I want to color in some of these letters. Some people say, and I'm in that group, that if you put a red or orange outline, it's easier to follow with the scroll saw. But if you're just going to use this as not grinding, etching, or with your rotary tool, you can leave that black. But for scroll saw, I'm going to come over here, right click the red, everything, there you go. And then I'm going to do this. I'm going to come over here, highlight everything, and I'm going to left click in this gray area. There we go. Let's go back over here. I'm going to highlight everything again. Go back up to arrange, combine everything into one group. Okay, I'm going to hit the P button, which now moved it down to my drawing area. See there? And I'm going to make this smaller. So like we did before, just like in Word, grab that node right there and pull it up. I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to put a border around this. Just something I'm going to do. You don't have to, but you can put any kind of border you want to around it. I'm going to come over here, hit the P again, make sure that's centered in that page. Come over here to the shape button right here where the star is. All right, you see all these shapes right here. I'm going to use the star and come up here where it says 5 right here. I'm going to change that to a 6. I'm going to hold down the control key, left click and drag, and I have a 6-sided star. And it kind of looks funny there. So I'll come up here to the right here, forgot what you call this. It sharpens of star complex. Sharpness of star. There we go. I'm going to come up to the up arrow. Take this. You see how that changes the definition of the star. I'm going back down to the down arrow. So where all the lines look parallel or flat to each other. There we go. One more. Let's go one more time. One more time. Close enough. So come back here to the pick tool. Make sure that star is centered. I'm going to hit the P button. There we go. Kind of looks like a sheriff's badge now, doesn't it? Okay. Let's make that star a little bit smaller. Hit the P button. There we go. How you like that? You have a scroll saw pattern in the shape of a star, an etching pattern, grinding pattern, whatever way you want to use it for. This is how you do it. Quick tutorial right here. Many different ways you can do this. This is just one of the ways. Now if you want to save this to a PDF, I'm going to come over here to the File, come down to Publish to PDF right here, and save it to your favorite destination. And just for giggles, I'm going to save this as Christmas Star Old Truck. Okay, saved as a PDF, and I'm going to put it in, let's see here, let me find a good file to put that in for right now. I'm going to put it in, let's see, documents. You just put it in CorelDraw files right here, Corel user files. No, I'll tell you what, let's go over here and put this in scroll saw pattern file, and I'm going to put a number on this as come up here to the beginning. There you go, I just hit this button right here, back button, 2020. Hit save. Of course I want to save this original file, this CorelDraw file, so I'm going to hit save as. Okay, let's back up on this one. Save this as documents, Corel. Let's just put it there for now. Save. There we go. Very easy process. I'm sure once you do one or two of these, you'll pick it up in no time. My name is Carl, and I do appreciate you being with us today.